Ethan was climbing upward on the 132nd floor of the Dubai Tower. After just a few steps, he noticed a sandstorm approaching from afar. Even worse, one of his suction gloves had lost power. With no way to retreat, he decisively threw it and continued climbing. Finally, he reached the server floor. One hand gripped above. Using the support of his legs, he began cutting the glass, but suddenly his foot slipped. After struggling to climb back up, he struck the cut line once, twice, 3 times. After successfully entering, the other glove had also run out of power. With no time to think, he quickly connected the servers to the network. Benji successfully took control of the building's surveillance and elevator systems. At that moment, Malloy entered the elevator. They quickly swapped the door plate for his room and ordered Ethan to return immediately. Facing powerless gloves, Ethan smashed the glass, pulled out a rope, and began sprinting along the exterior of the building for hundreds of meters. Just as he was about to reach the other side, the rope fell slightly short. Ethan saw this, turned for a running start, and then swung across at 1,000 meters above the ground. Ultimately, relying on Jane's arm strength and her high-quality pants, Ethan safely returned to the room. The terrorists' men had also arrived at the hotel, bringing along a nuclear code expert. To prevent their fake code from being exposed, they equipped Luther with a camera and glasses. Every blink would take a photo, instantly generating the files. The 4 of them split up. Jane handled reception, while Ethan and Luther entered Malloy's room. Luther blinked to take photos, while Jane secretly received all the copied files on the other side. Once complete, she handed them over. Everything was verified as correct. The men stood up to leave the room, but as soon as they stepped out, they silenced the code expert. Unexpectedly, an accident occurred on Luther's side. Malloy discovered the camera, confronted them, and ordered his men to eliminate them while he escaped in the chaos. Jane learned of the pursuit and moved to intercept. Teng also pursued the terrorists' men. Jane and Malloy began hand-to-hand combat inside the room. After a fierce struggle, Malloy was kicked out the window, and Ethan continued relentlessly pursuing the men. The sandstorm entered the city, reducing visibility. Ethan pulled out his phone to track their location. Seeing him approach, one of the men suddenly rammed a car into him. Ethan grabbed the vehicle and, while being thrown, tore a piece of the attacker's face. The henchman jumped onto the car and escaped. When Ethan removed the mask, he realized it was the terrorist leader himself. The mission had failed. Using his contacts, Ethan gathered intelligence and learned that the enemy planned to launch a nuclear missile, which required a military satellite. He had to go to Mumbai and use a wealthy man's private satellite to launch it. Acting quickly, Jane used her charm to lure the tycoon and obtain the satellite code, while Benji and Luther went to the control center to shut down the satellite. Just as Jane succeeded, the terrorists had already launched the nuclear missile. The only option was to seize the launch device and destroy it to deactivate the missile. Seeing Ethan, the terrorists fled. The pursuit led them to a parking lot, where an intense battle over the device ensued. In the hand-to-hand fight, Ethan's leg was disabled, and the enemy lost an arm. Outnumbered, the terrorist grabbed the box and jumped, sacrificing himself to buy time. As the missile neared its target, Ethan took a car and drove straight toward it.